Hi there. Today we're just going to record a short video to show you how to book trains using the Thai Railway website. We were recently in Thailand for almost a month, and before we went on that holiday we used this website to pre-book some of our trains, and we also booked some trains while we were on holiday. Just thought it might be useful for other people to know how that all works. So here we go. We're going to access this website called dticket.railway.co.th. You'll find the website, certainly from our home country, is very slow. First thing you're going to do, top right up here, we'll change the language to English. Now, before you do your booking, it's best to register on the website. It makes everything much easier when you get to the place where you can choose your tickets and pay for them. If there's two people traveling, I'd recommend that you both register separately, and you can link both people to the one booking as you do it. I'll tell you why that's useful later. Right, so we're just going to click on register. Here you want to do it as a foreigner. And obviously put in your details. My name's Aaron, by the way, it's not Joe. You use your passport number, and you must put in a phone number, but the phone numbers for Thailand don't seem to match our home country, so I just put in the first few digits of my phone number, and it kind of works. And then you want to put in your email address. Choose a password. Confirm your password, tick the accept agreement and click on confirm. So once you've been through that registration process, if you're returning to the website, just use the login button and log in using your email address. And you do need to tick the I'm not a computer type box. You've probably seen that before on other websites. Right, I'm now logged in. My name will display up here. It might be blurred out when you look at the video. Okay, so we're going to just look at booking a ticket from the Bangkok main train station to, let's say, Prachip Kurikan. If you're not sure where that is, that's a town about halfway between Bangkok and Surat Thani, which is a line you would travel along on the southern line if you're heading to Koh Samui Island for a trip. So I'm going to start with the origin. You don't need to choose which line you're on, but it does help narrow the number of stations that appear. Now, one thing to remember that the main train station in Bangkok is sometimes known as Bang Su. Bang Su Junction is probably not the one you want to use, so you want to use the actual name of the train station that shows up on here, which is Krung Thep Apiwat. Krung Thep Apiwat is the main Bangkok train station, so useful to know that. Then I'm going to go destination. Right, I want Prachip Kurikan, and I'll choose a date. So let's say I'm booking next month. 2 passengers. Right, let's go. So the available train times are shown here. You can scroll down and see them. There's a number of different options. Can't actually see the one that we took, but maybe the times of... Oh no, this is the one we took, 15:10, so 3:10 p.m. Arrived in at 8 o'clock. It was the rapid train. I'll explain towards the end of this video the different types of trains you can use. Right, so I'm going to click on choose the rapid train, train number 171, leaves at 10 past 3. You may want a morning train, or you might want to choose your train by the type of train it is, because that's quite useful sometimes. Right, I'm choosing this train. Here we get the different seating classes. So we've got second class fan, third class fan, second class air, second class fan coach. So what we went for was second class fan. So there's no air conditioning in this carriage, but you'll see it's about half the price of choosing the air conditioned coach. And an important thing to note that you may not, the site may not let you book the air conditioned coach. You see this, it says lower berth, upper berth, because this is a sleeper coach. And the sleeper coaches are reserved for people that are doing a much longer trip. So this train's going all the way south, almost to the Malaysian border, I think, from Bangkok. And unless you're traveling at least 60% of the total distance of the train start to end, you won't be able to book this class of fare until much closer to when the train leaves, or you might not be able to book it at all because it'll be fully booked. So we didn't want to take that risk booking, a month or so out before we left. So we went for the second class with just a fan. Now, you'll find that can be quite warm, quite hot. There's just fans blowing from the ceiling, and the windows are typically open, so you get quite a lot of wind coming in through the carriage, but we found that comfortable enough. Didn't mind that. Right, so I'm going to choose this particular one. And here you can choose your seat. Now you may want to put in here, just copy and paste these Thai characters to see where they actually are in terms of which direction you're going, in terms of working out which side of the train you want to sit on. We sat on the seaward side of the train heading to Prachuap, but yeah, I'll leave that up to you. So you can see at the moment, seat 9 and 10 are the ones that have automatically been selected. If I wanted to change from those two seats, I could hit delete here, and I could say, I want to sit on the other side of the train, and I want to sit in about the middle of the carriage, so I'll choose those two seats. I definitely recommend, if you can, sitting near the middle of the carriage, not right at the front or right at the back, particularly if you don't like smoking, because a lot of people do stand between the carriages and have a cigarette. So if that's something you don't like the smell of, I would suggest going for the middle of the carriage. Right, we've chosen our seats. It doesn't really matter whether you're choosing male or female. That's not really an issue. So we'll go next. So in here, if you're already a member, you click yes, because you've already, just scroll up a little bit. At the top here is passenger 1. So if you've pre-registered and logged in, this will already know who you are and your details. But your second passenger, if they're also a member, which is probably a good idea, you can put their name in here. You can put their passport code or other such details in there, and then fill out their details, and that will show against their booking, against their registered login. So I'm going to say, just for the purpose of the video, I haven't got that filled in, so I'm just going to fill this in. They'll need a identification number. Oh, we'll go foreigner. Phone number doesn't matter too much. Right, you'll need to tick that you're not a robot. And then you can go next. Confirms here your seat details and the price. So this is in Thai baht. And you'll need a credit card to pay. But you can use your foreign credit card, or a Wise travel card's a good idea perhaps. And then click here, choose which payment your method you're using, click payment, and carry on through the process. So I won't do that because I don't really want to book this ticket. At the end of doing the booking, you will be able to see in your My Trips area the trips you've done. You'll have a booking number. So here's a booking that we would have done. So this is from Surat Thani back to Bangkok, and your details. And you can go in once you've done your booking, and you can print out the details and have a paper copy of that if you want on the train. Or the alternative is, because you've registered, you can also download the Thai Railway Android or iPhone app, and then have that app on your phone to show the conductor that comes around to check the tickets, your booking. But we just printed out the tickets and took them in our bags with us. Okay, so that ends the lesson on how to do train bookings. Thank you for watching, and I'll put a couple of sections in now about the different train types. Cheers. So this is just a few short videos showing you some of the trains that we travelled on. This is a very basic class 3 carriage that we took to Ayutthaya. You'll see inside here the seats are very upright. They're vinyl, hardback kind of seats, not very comfortable. Next train here is a class 3 again, but these are wooden seats, so very basic train. Most of these trains you don't need to pre-book online. You'll be able to book these trains at the station. This is a quick picture of a class 2 train, so more like airline seats. Here we are rocking along in the train. The seats recline just a little bit. You can get semi-comfortable in these. They're just a fan-based train, no air conditioning. They're pretty comfortable for a short 5-hour kind of trip. Lastly, this is a full-on sleeper train. You can see our beds here on the right, still made up first thing in the morning. We travelled 10 hours on this train from Surat Thani back to Bangkok. When we hopped on, the beds were already made up. We just went to sleep, got up the next morning, and you can see the attendant down there packing back up the beds, turning them into seats that you can see here. Very modern Chinese built trains, very comfortable.